Hello, it's Elisa here. So today I was thinking another little thing that helped me in recovery, particularly like learning how much to eat. And when I went through extreme hunger and I didn't feel my hunger cues, I didn't know how much to eat, and I felt sometimes I would eat because I'm like emotional eater, or because I'm bored, or yeah, whatever reason. And I was searching online all these answers, like how to eat intuitively and how to be a normal eater and how to not binge eat and how this and how that. And in some point it was just like driving me crazy, and I tried so many things and I personally think in that point I just needed some time to recover, and like you can't artificially speed up your recovery when your body just is doing its own thing, and it just needs time. So sometimes we tend to like overthink it, and we want to listen to somebody else's experience, and we want to try it. And it's all good. You can try what works for others. You can see maybe it will work for you. You can read some books. You can listen to some videos about recovery, all that. It's all good. But sometimes it's just driving you crazy, and you feel like nothing is working and you don't know what to do. So in my recovery, I came to the point when I was like, I can't figure it out. It's like so difficult. Like some people are saying I should stop eating in certain point in like hunger scale, and some people tell me no, this is extreme hunger and you should eat. So I didn't know like who to listen anymore, and I forgot about like listening to my my inner like intuition. And then I was just like listening to my inner intuition, like, okay, like let's quiet down what everybody else thinks is good for me or bad for me, and let's just listen what do my intuition tells me or my heart tells me. And I don't know, maybe for you it will be different, but this is what I learned, like by listening to myself. And this little thing helped me so much, and it helped me to relax a little bit more in recovery. And yeah, so the thing is that I came to the point when I just realized that let's forget about all the recovery guidelines and whatever. And I summed it all into one little conclusion, and it was that just eat. And yeah, it's so simple, but I came to the conclusion that whenever I felt hungry or full or emotional, I didn't know if it's like extreme hunger or emotional hunger, or should I eat or should I not eat, like what should I do? I feel full but I still feel hungry, like I crave this but it's so bad for me, or I just ate an hour ago but I still feel hungry, I don't know what to do. Like all these things like spinning in my head all the time, and I didn't know like who to listen or which one is right or whatever. And that's why I came to the conclusion to like, if not eating is making me more obsessed, for example, if I stop eating now, would I still obsess about food, think about eating all the time, and would I still have cravings, like everything? Then I was like, just eat. Like just eat and don't overthink it. If you're hungry, eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Like if you crave something, have it and whatever. And by this, of course, I don't mean that you have to eat to the point when you're like hurting yourself, or like especially with extreme hunger. Like there's so many other aspects I could talk about, but yeah, I was like specifically in a point when I wasn't like binging all the time or whatever. I was more in a process of becoming intuitive eater, but I still didn't felt like quite like intuitive yet. So I understand, I hope you understand what I mean. So I wasn't at this point experiencing anymore this extreme hunger, but at the same time I was very confused about my hunger cues, like should I eat, like how to eat intuitively, all that. So for me, I just decided to like just eat and go on with your day, and don't overthink it. Like, yeah, don't worry about all this like emotional hunger, mental hunger, or like if you're like overeating or if you're under eating or like what's happening, and just forget about all this stuff and just eat when you want, and that's it. Like if you feel it's like only mental hunger, whatever, just eat. And the thing is that while I was doing it, I also worked in my mental like recovery, and I think this is so important. Like if you in your mindset, you can be okay with eating and not like beating yourself up all the time, because some people, they give themselves like permission to eat and they're like, okay, like I will just eat then, like oh my god, but in their mindset they're still like beating themselves up. They're still so scared, they're still so anxious. And I think if your like mindset is not ready yet, then you will work against yourself in recovery. So you also have to become in the mindset that like all food is equal. I shouldn't feel guilty if I wanna eat. Like I have this increased hunger because of my past of bulimia or over exercising or whatever, but I love myself regardless. I love myself even when I gain weight or whatever. I just know that restriction is not an option. If I would restrict right now, I know it will make me more obsessed about foods. I know it will make me feel deprived. I know I will feel hungry. I know I will start craving something and I will feel like it's another dieting. So whenever I caught myself like worrying too much about hunger cues and what is normal, what is not normal, what is mental hunger, what is physical hunger, like how do I identify between the two of those, then I was just remembering that just eat and it will be okay. Like just eat, and at the same time like work with not feeling guilty afterwards. Work with your like finding a new focus in your life, something you can do between eating and with your like normal day. Like focus on finding new hobbies, focus on maybe, I don't know, finding out who you are as a person. Because if you can find a different mental like focus in your life, it will take much of the pressure of recovery off your shoulders. If every day you are only worried about how to become this normal eater or intuitive eater, then yes, one part it's healthy and it's very natural to want to recover from it, but then there is the other point which is just like driving you crazy and you are like overthinking, and it will make you more anxious and more stressed. You know, you want to eliminate the stress in recovery at the same time. So for me it was good to just remember like it's actually okay to eat, and I don't have to know the reason behind my hunger. I don't have to justify my hunger. I don't have to justify why I want to eat this thing right now. Like it's like okay to just eat. And yeah, and so yeah, and this like one little thing like just eat, it made my recovery a little bit easier, and it took some stress off my shoulders to not overthink it in recovery and just eat and just trust my body, that my body will know what it's doing. It's sending me these signals to eat for a reason, and it's my job to provide the food, at the same time working on my like mental recovery to be okay with eating and accepting myself, loving myself regardless, and also working on my like beliefs about food, that every food is equal. As a human being, I have complete, like, I'm allowed to eat food, eat what I want, eat when I'm hungry, and it's okay. So yeah, I hope you can understand what I meant with this video, and this is how I made my recovery a little bit simpler on the days when I tend to like overthink everything, and I was driving myself crazy with all the recovery guidelines, what can be healthy, but sometimes it's just like a little bit too much and you don't know anymore like what to do or who to listen. So I just reminded myself that just eat and get on with your day already. So yeah, I hope you like this video. You can let me know what you think, and see you in the next video. Bye.